Once upon a time, in a distant Chinese empire, there lived an old sage named Li. He was known for his wisdom and the advice he gave to anyone who turned to him for help. Li had a son named Qian who followed in his father's footsteps and learned life wisdom from him. Qian respected his father and listened to his stories with a great excitement. One day, sitting at the table, Qian asked the father to share life truths that will help him when he grows older. The old man told him about how he started his path of wisdom and how he learned from his teachers. He talked about his mistakes and how he corrected them. Qian listened carefully, and it was at this moment that Li realized that his son was ready to continue his life path and become even wiser than him. "My little boy, I'll tell you now several life truths, though some of them will seem contradictory to you and even impossible, but remember my words when you feel confused and you will feel a burst of relief. The traits that annoy you in other people are a reflection of those you deny in yourself. Remember, you will always meet cowards if you are not brave enough. You will always meet fools if you don't learn enough. Develop the best traits in yourself, and the world will send you best people on your way. The more you fear something, the more likely you need to do it. Your fight or flight instinct will show when you encounter trauma from the past. But always be honest to yourself, and you will see that experiencing something that you are afraid of makes you stronger. The more you fear death, the less you enjoy life. Life shrinks and expands in proportion to your courage. People who don't trust anyone aren't really trustworthy. Those who constantly feel insecure in relationships are more likely to undermine it themselves. Hurting others is the way you try to protect yourself from pain, so remember to trust the world and the world will trust you. The more you try to impress people, the less they like you. Nobody likes those who show their best. Remember, there will always be people who will try to get you off your path. These are not your true friends, and you should let them go. The more you fail, the more likely you are to succeed. Success comes when all the time you improve that you did, and correct it when you fail. Don't give up. The more you learn, the more you realize how little you know. Every time you'll learn something, your mind will get more and more new questions, and it's normal. The less you care about others, the less you care about yourself. People treat others the same way they treat themselves. Strangers might not notice it, but those who are cruel to others always show cruelty to themselves. The more social you seem, the lonelier you feel. Always learn to be comfortable with yourself and people will come to you. The more choices you have, the less satisfied you are with your decision. I will call it a paradox of choice. When you have more options, the cost of lost benefits increases, and you may not be happy with the decision you end up with. But remember, you should respect yourself, so respect your choice the same. Qian was looking at the father silently. It seemed he didn't breathe, so excited he was. "Tell me more, father," he said. "I want to become as wise as you are." "Okay, son, I have more life truths to share. The more you believe being right, the less you know. The trouble with the world is that the fool are too confident and the intelligent are full of doubt. The only thing you can be sure of is that you can't be sure of anything. Just accept it, no matter how the mind resists. The only thing that stays the same is change. Remember and accept that changes are inevitable, and that's what makes life brighter. The more you fear failure, the more likely you are to fail. A self-fulfilling prophecy can get inside your mind. Don't give in to it. The more you work hard, the harder the task will seem. Be prepared that if you expect something to be difficult, you will often unconsciously complicate it yourself. The more something is accessible, the less attractive it seems. You would subconsciously believe that rare things are more valuable, and those in abundance are not that valuable. This is wrong. The best way to meet someone is not to look for anyone. You would find your soulmate when you are satisfied with yourself and do not need someone else to be happy. The more you admit your flaws, the more people think you don't have them. If you calmly speak about your disadvantages, others will consider it as an advantage. Use it wisely. The more you try to keep someone, the more you push them away. Don't make someone to be obligated to be with you. The value of your relationships will rise. The more you argue, the less chance you have to convince the opponent. Remember, disputes are based on emotions. They flare up when people try to change each other's opinion. Put aside your perceptions and refer only to the facts." Qian smiled at his father and replied, "Thank you, Father. I promise that I will continue to learn from you and be the best I can be. I am sure that you will become even wiser than I am. You are an intelligent young man, and I am proud of your perseverance and desire to learn from me." The sun went down, the dinner eaten, another day of wisdom came to an end.